Len Nevin here with Icon Blueprint. I am going to talk Lofty again, big shocker. Today I'm talking about Sly Broadcast. Why would you want to use Sly Broadcast in your business? So, multiple reasons, right? You're busy, you're trying to get a message out fast. Maybe you got an event coming up and you want to send out a message to your database saying, hey, this is Len. I want to invite you to XYZ that I got going on. Um, there's a multitude of reasons why you'd want to use it. So I'm going to show you really quick how we've built it into. Um, First, I'll just show you kind of a lead flow that I've got going on and how I built it out. I'm going to have to log into one of the things on how to do that, but let's just jump in real quick, okay? So let me log on here to um, Lofty. Here we go, and here we go. So lead flow, right? So I've got a campaign here, and I'll just kind of show you how this is set up. So this campaign is set up inside our library. I've got a bunch already being built out here. There we go. So construction, right? We do new construction stuff. So actually, I'll show you the first one first. And the idea is the way I built it out is the new lead comes in, immediately I'm dropping to the lead, hey, here's everything in the area based off of the ad that I have on Facebook, funnels in, here's everything, immediately sets up the property alert, so that's immediately starting to send them emails with the information that they're looking for. Then a new link goes out, hey, here's this, here's my videos, blah, blah, blah. Then I mute, this is controversial, I've already been told not to do this, but for me personally, I'm using it. I mute the AI assistant, right? Because I have not reached out yet, and I don't want this parallel kind of universe happening where it goes out. Now, originally this was built out to go to Callingly, so that's a whole. I'll do a whole another video on Callingly, which is phenomenal. But for me personally, I'm setting it up just for my personal leads. That all my personal leads are going to go directly into a voice drop, and then I can choose to go ahead and make a phone call. So got the Zapier ID here, and so this is where I have to log into Zapier. Zapier, I don't know, everybody says it differently. And so I can go over to my Zaps, and I can go to where I have my stuff. Come on, come on, come on. So here's my incoming call, or no, that's not the one I wanted. I want to go back to Facebook leads. And so this is my Lofty to Callingly, which is now voice drop. And so I'll show you how I kind of set it up. So the idea is that this kicks in, so Lofty kicks in, bing, based off of what we had before. Where in the world did I put that? Got so much stuff open. Here we go. Let me just move this over so I don't lose it. So there's the trigger ID. So it triggers here. I have a delay because I don't want it to go boom, 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 voice drop, right? To me, you got to have a little bit of a natural delay. If I receive a lead and I'm going to call that person, I'm not like, boom, immediately, right? I got to sit down, got to read the lead. What's the information? I've got a questionnaire. It says, how much time. So I'm looking at that stuff. In a natural world, you're going to step off. You're going to go to a different place, right? And so then I have this trigger, the audio file, to go into the new campaign. Now, I'll backtrack here just one step, and you'll see inside the mute AI, this is where I've got it set between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So it's only going to happen inside these business hours. So if the lead comes in at 8:04, now that voicemail is not going to be dropped till the next morning at 8 a.m. So it's already got this built-in, actually would kick in at 8:05 or 8:03 p.m. a.m. So it's already got this natural kind of business hours only thing, because that's a big problem for a lot of people, is like some of these other CRMs that I've used before. I've had to use Zapier primarily to build in these filters to say, no, 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 don't do any of that stuff until these hours. And the problem is that if you can't control, like with KB Core, right? So I would have to have it say, no, don't put the lead in the system, don't run it through until XYZ time. But the problem is then the emails aren't going out, because I don't mind having the email go out at 2 in the morning. I just don't want a voice drop to go in. I don't want text messaging to happen at 2 in the morning. So now what happens is this goes through, this drops the file, then I have it update the lead in Lofty, and what it does is it actually puts in the tag that the voicemail's been dropped, and it just leaves voicemail, puts a note in the thing so that the lead will actually have a text message, or it'll have a message saying voicemail dropped, and it'll show the timestamp. And then when that happens, that's where this one's stage 1. This is where stage 2 triggers in. And so stage 2 basically says, okay, well, let's go to town, right? Like, here's text, then other stuff. This is where 10 minutes later it says unmute AI and put it to continue to qualify. And so I found that I'm not doing this. If I've connected with a person, I've given them 10 minutes to call me back, obviously the system is set up. It's got the voicemail. When it goes out, it uses my Lofty phone number. So if inside that 10 minutes, the person calls me back, it's immediately muting all of this. It's immediately pausing the campaign. I've got it set to automatically mute the AI. From that, I've created another lead or program for that inside of here. So it's already set up. If I decide to call again or whatever it is, right? So I got 10 minutes to go in, unmute it, and then a series of text messages, calls, emails goes out, and then I have it trigger an additional smart plan, and so it just kind of continues to roll and stay on top of these leads. So that's one way that we've used the and set up the Slybroadcast inside of here. I'm playing with another way as well, where maybe at certain times of the day it'll go kind of like a do not disturb. So like if I'm inside my lead gen time and a lead comes in and it's between 8 and noon, and I'm like, look, this is my lead gen time. I'm doing other stuff, or I'm in a meeting. I can put this do not disturb on here and then have it go to voice drop, and then the other way it would go to Callingly. So it's something I'm playing with, but right now this is if you want to strictly do just a voice drop. So lead comes into the system, sends them the email, gives them all the information they're looking for, sends the search, drops a voicemail, then sends a series of texts, turns on the AI, allows that to kind of do a lot of the pre-qualifying for you while you're also sending. So we've modified the change of the thing. So it says, here's all this other stuff. And then it also has my assistant will be reaching out to at some point. And so that's the AI. So the assistant will be reaching out. So that way it's a little bit less weird that, hey, like, what's going on? And when they see that name, they can go, oh, cool. I've been getting that from both. So that's one way that you can use the Slybroadcast. The second way is if I just want to sit here and I want to knock out and I want to send a voice drop to these people here, I can just go over here, hit Slybroadcast, and now it's giving me the option to go through all of my different voice drops, things that I've got set up here. I can, obviously caller ID, hit send, boom, boom, it's going to do that. So this would be great if I'm going in and I'm doing a like a neighborhood thing. Like I said, it's my database. Hey, we're doing a pumpkin drive. Click, 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 boom, voice drop. So that's what we're using it for. I thought it was pretty cool. Wanted to share it with you guys. Reach out if you have any questions on this. This is, obviously it takes a little bit to set up. It doesn't take too long. The biggest thing is the Zapier thing. So I found that to be the best to kind of go in and back. The way that Lofty has the Slybroadcast set up is strictly through the voice drop to, where you select all the leads and then you voice drop, not on a one-by-one. And so that's where you got to use the Zapier integration. So reach out if you have any questions. Thanks. Catch you next time.